Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Well This Morning on a very exciting segment right now. I'll tell you why it's exciting. To begin with, Shahzad, I'm going to ask you, because I know you go to the gym, you have a very strict diet as well. On average, how many eggs do you consume in a day?
I think in a single day I consume almost 8 to 10 eggs, but
No
obviously
way.
boiled and without yolks.
Mashallah.
Probably because I like yolks, so 1 or 2 eggs I can eat with yolks too as well.
Okay.
And unfortunately, if I do not have my protein powder with me, so ladies and gentlemen, eggs is the only source of the chicken which we rely on. And just before the break, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Saab actually mentioned that high protein diet can actually help you make sure that that for whatever arthritis you were about to get, you can delay it or you can stop it as well. So diet plays a very important role in gaining muscle and gaining lean mass. But then at the same time, the kind of eggs which are available in the market, every now and then when we go shopping, either they're small in size, one day they're big in size. So there's no constant, what do we say, quality insurance of the eggs as well. And since we are not aware of the fact that how poultry works, ladies and gentlemen, of the kind of feed which has been given to the chicken, it definitely has an impact on us. And with eating without doing your research, I think is one thing which you should be blamed for, not anybody else. So today what we've done is that we've actually invited some amazing gentlemen over here from Farm Fresh, and they're actually going to speak about the kind of eggs we eat and the kind of feeds given to the chicken so that they produce some healthy eggs and that we can be healthy after consuming those eggs. And ladies and gentlemen, today we even have a test over here for Shiza Hashmi, whether her culinary
skills have improved.
Yes, skills have improved or not. But very quickly, before we actually start to talk about eggs, ladies and gentlemen, we'll actually have to introduce our amazing guests over here who are joining us from Farm Fresh as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the first of them actually happens to be the head of planning as well. He's none other than Mr. Hammad Khan Saab. Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Walaikum salam, Shahzad.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you alongside him. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very lucky that we've actually been joined by the head of marketing Farm Fresh as well. He's the one and only Mr. Zubair Maqsood. Hello sir, assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Assalamu alaikum, good morning, how are
you? Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for joining us. People who actually own a farm or probably work for a farm needs to have a bit more muscle than you guys. How many eggs do you consume on a daily basis?
I consume 2 eggs a day.
2 eggs a day.
And that's a habit that I've since childhood. I've been consuming 2 eggs a day.
Yeah.
But the general recommendation is to consume 3 eggs a day.
3 eggs a day. All right, very nice. What about you, sir?
On an average, 3 to 4 eggs I usually consume. It does not mean that I have very strong muscles, so I should eat more eggs.
But high protein diet, why not?
Actually, high proteins and especially the eggs which we have from our own farm is our Farm Fresh Omega-3 eggs, which are equally beneficial for your health, your cholesterol level, and you do not have any fear of heart risk.
Yeah, and we will talk about that. We will talk about all the ingredients within the eggs as well. For example, you just mentioned about omega-3 as well.
Yeah.
But first, we want to know the difference between a broiler farm and a layer farm. What's the difference and which one's more healthier? Who's going to share?
Yeah, I can start with that.
Okay.
So, a layer farm is a farm that produces eggs.
Okay.
And a broiler farm is a farm where chickens are raised for meat purposes.
Okay.
So the chickens that are eaten, in homes come from a broiler farm.
Okay.
So we have a layer farm of our own, and that's why we have eggs distribution in.
So just to get my head clear, so in a layer farm, is it still that white broiler chicken who actually lays eggs, or it's like desi chicken who lays eggs?
So it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, it is still a white chicken, but it's different in the sense that a broiler farm would have a chicken that probably has a life of only 40 to 50 days.
Yeah.
But the layered chicken has a life of 2 years.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have chickens that are once they're hatched, they spend around 3 months to grow up.
Okay.
And this is called the rearing period.
Yeah.
And after that, around 1 year to 2 years,
Laying period.
It's the laying period where they lay eggs, which are then distributed into the market.
So that means when you talk about a layer farm and a broiler farm, the feed should be different for both, right? I mean, when you're talking about developing eggs especially, then you must be feeding them something different, is it?
Absolutely. I think that's the difference. So it's basically you are what you eat, right? That's what people say, right? And in chicken also it's the same. what is fed to the chicken makes all the difference.
Right, right.
Okay, now I have a very important question, and since you happen to be the one responsible for marketing, this is something which has been very evident all my life because I was with television, I was working for different commercials, and I've worked with a lot of companies. So it's always a marketing tactic, or omega-3 and all of those vitamins, and then if you're going to eat it, you're going to be healthier and taller. And especially with oil companies, so they say that there's so many different ingredients in it which will actually make you healthier, which I know for sure is a marketing tactic. But now for the first time I'm hearing that there are eggs which has omega-3 in it as well, or some I don't know, some other vitamins as well. So you tell us about it as well, and how effective is it when you say that there is omega-3?
Actually, 12 years before when we started our layer farm, luckily we also engaged one PhD who has specialization in omega-3 feed.
Oh, amazing.
And he worked over years for many years to develop the omega-3 feed. And that is absolutely natural agro-based feed. In fact, if we say that halal, pure, natural vegetarian feed which is given to hen, and when they lay eggs, the omega-3 content is modified in that egg.
Okay.
And
nice.
when you talk about particular farm fresh omega-3 egg, that means you are taking almost 250 milligram omega-3 with vitamin E and selenium. It's not marketing tactics. It's absolutely, it is purely, genuinely true omega-3 egg which is certified by international labs.
Okay, I'm
okay,
sorry.
that's perfect. I'm sorry, Shahzad, but I have a question actually connecting to this as well.
I wanted to scrutinize over here.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so now, since you said that, it's omega-3 enriched, and then there's this vitamin, and, there's this one other ingredient which you mentioned about. Why is it that the hen which lays an egg which is with omega-3 enriched and all of those vitamins which you counted is not that healthy as the egg is?
Actually, when you give that feed to hen, its immune system, the immune system of hen is developed.
Okay.
And naturally, when she lays eggs, the transfer of omega-3 content goes to omega-3 in the yolk.
Okay.
And whenever you eat egg, that is healthier than an ordinary egg.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
So how can we make sure, so for people like us who do buy eggs from a general supermarket as well, one thing that bothers me is the expiry date on the egg, and which is hardly like 3 to 4 days, and I cannot consume the whole thing in 3 to 4 days, you know what I mean? First of all, what does the expiry date actually stand for? And the smell, is there a way, or are there eggs which do not have smell in them?
It says 4, 10, 20.
If you talk
Yeah,
about
we can have the egg for another 2 months, I guess.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
Yes.
4, 10, 20.
actually, if you talk about smell, then you must have heard that garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you give good feed, if you could give halal vegetarian feed, then
Okay.
you would definitely get those eggs which won't have smell.
Okay.
There's a litmus test. If you are carrying this egg in your hand, please smell it. You won't find any smell.
But
You
how
won't
can
find
I
any
first
house-
smell it from the outside?
It often does smell from the outside as
Actually,
well.
it comes from outside as
Okay, I
well.
think what we can do is probably we have a ball over here.
You can break that egg and you
Yeah.
can smell that egg, which will show what is the feed behind the.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. The best way
Shahzad
to
is
judge
yeah.
an egg is to smell it.
Right,
Or
so
probably,
Shahzad-
if you have water, just dredge them in it as well. And, the ones which float are not good to eat. The ones which sit down are the good ones as well. So Shiza, since we all know that she, mashallah, recently got married, is doing all the house chores as well. Eggs, ladies and gentlemen, happens to be an essential in breakfast. So let's see whether she's got some good egg breaking skills or not. So this is the one with omega-3.
Yes.
All right,
Exactly.
let's see whether is there any difference in the looks of the egg or not, or the yolk, or how it might
Okay.
look out. Yeah, you do not want to spoil your clothes.
Yeah,
man,
I'm trying.
because
I
you're going
mean-
to smell
okay.
eggy all the day then.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
Yay!
here it is. Yeah, you
I
did
made
a
it
great
perfect.
job.
Yeah.
I
I
think
hope we
you
could
broke-
actually fry. So now, we
I
all we
put
need
it
to
in
do is
here?
smell it.
Exactly. You can place it.
Yeah, there's no scent to it, वैसे, by
Can
the
I?
way.
Can I?
Yeah.
So the reason behind it is the feed.
Yeah.
So the kind of feed that you give to the chicken determines if the egg smells or not.
Yeah.
So in Pakistan, what usually is happening is that the feed is coming from sources that are kind of questionable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we do at our farm, and a lot of other farmers also, is that we give pure vegetarian feed.
Yeah.
So this ensures that the egg is free of smell.
Okay.
And sometimes we actually end up getting calls from customers saying that it might not be a real egg.
For real?
Because people in Pakistan are kind of used to smelly eggs.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
So we have to explain to them that we have done a lot of work
yeah.
to ensure that this is a non-smelling egg.
But that's
Okay, and
wonderful.
you're also dealing with a lot of, fast food chains as well, a lot of hotels and restaurants.
Yes.
And they believe in your product. I mean, this is a good thing, of course, this is great success as well. But like you said, when customers do call in, I mean, with sort of uncertainty as well, how do you sort of tell them, or how do you satisfy your customers? Like you are telling us that everything is, I want to say halal, everything is organic, that's a good thing. But a regular customer calling you, how can you satisfy them about your product?
Whenever customer calls, he was given a concept that he has to use these eggs, especially if you talk about omega-3 eggs. If he uses for more than 30 days, he would definitely have very good impact on his health.
Okay.
And it has amazing effects. In adults, it gives a boost in the immune system.
All right.
It maintains their blood pressure as well as cholesterol level. It is very vital. It gives you healthy fats, which is very vital.
Of course.
I mean, this is actually very important. You are getting healthy fats. You were mentioning earlier that during exercise you take 8 to 10 eggs, but only 2 eggs with yolk.
Yeah.
But I must refer you that you can use all 8 to 10 omega-3 eggs with yolk.
Really?
Because
Yeah, this is something I was about to ask as well.
because
Cholesterol
omega-3
doesn't-
content make it modified from standard egg.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
so-
would not keep you towards bad cholesterol.
No, but omega-3 eggs are not readily available in all the markets. Now that's what the problem is. So how are we going to get our hands on it?
It might be probably it
Because
would
I
be-
think you're the only company right now who's actually talking about omega-3 as well. I haven't heard about omega-3 being in the eggs as
No,
well.
actually, you have had surgeon doctor before us, but what I am observing in the hospital, nutritionists have taken significant places in the hospital.
Exactly.
Dietitians are
Right.
available,
Yes.
and people are more interested to get a better diet instead of using medicine all the time.
Yeah, that's better. But I think over here there's one more important question. That is, what does it take? Or I don't know whether if this question is correct or not. But do we have something like antibiotic-free eggs?
Yes, there is. Yes,
There
there
is?
is.
Okay.
And
How do
I
we
think-
refer to it in the first place? What does it mean?
Yeah, so what happens in Pakistan especially, and a lot of other countries also, is that the feed that is given to the chickens is toxic sometimes.
Okay.
So as a matter of habit, the poultry farmers give antibiotics,
Or growth hormones?
even growth hormones, antibiotic injections to ensure that the chickens are free of disease.
They wouldn't
So,
get-
so,
yeah.
so it's become part of their daily routine where they're giving them antibiotic injections. So what you need to do if you want to ensure that your eggs are healthy and it's free of antibiotics is that you give them feed that is toxin free and has good pure ingredients like soya bean and maize and all of that. That ensures that you don't need to give your chickens any antibiotics.
Yeah.
So we are perhaps the only farm in Pakistan who haven't given antibiotics to our chickens for the last 6 years.
And that's quite a
wow.
claim too, ladies and gentlemen. So very quickly, when we talk about you, because we have to wrap up the show as well. So very quickly, one last thing before we head out. Very sorry. And that is that when we actually speak about chickens not being given an antibiotic injection, chickens not being given a toxic feed, we talk about a feed which is relatively a little more expensive
Oh, yeah,
than
of
the other
course.
farms. So then a chicken laying an egg in a layer farm will make the egg expensive. How much for a dozen? Let's talk about this as well very quickly. Omega-3.
Omega-3 is expensive, 40 to 50 rupees than a normal egg which is available.
40 to 50 rupees. So,
Exactly.
so that's the
Is
only
Four
difference.
to 5 rupees per egg is expensive than an ordinary.
So how much is a
ordinary
dozen
egg is
though,
available.
omega-3?
Sorry?
How much is a dozen for?
In current days, I believe so. It is around rupees 220 per dozen.
220 per dozen. Okay, so now what we're going to do is for all our viewers who are out there, if they've seen the show, if they call us, what amount of discount are you going to give them for
Or
omega-3
is it
eggs?
possible? Can we do
10%,
that?
15% if possible.
Actually, we would definitely like to give discount because we really want to spread the awareness about omega-3. Still, it is a cheaper source of protein in Pakistan.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right.
if you are taking eggs in rupees 2 220 dozen eggs, you are not taking only proteins, but omega-3 content is also being going to be the part of your body.
Yeah.
So this is something phenomenal.
This is phenomenal, but you not giving us discount is not
We will
phenomenal.
definitely give you. We will definitely give you. Actually, we want people to eat more and more omega-3 eggs.
Omega-3, wonderful.
All right,
That is
brilliant.
for all of those people who are actually going to call Farm Fresh, and then they will be like, you know, you were on the show on PTV World. They're actually
Yeah.
going to give you some sort of discount. I don't
Yeah,
know
you have
what,
to name-
but some sort of discount. Do you have a contact number where people can call?
Actually, we have provided to Mr. Jamshed,
Okay.
and
Okay.
he can forward it to our number.
And our numbers are also
Also
on the
available.
packets,
Okay.
and our eggs are available all over Pakistan in all major
At last
stores.
but not least, I would definitely like to mention that we are certified global supplier to McDonald International.
Wow.
Not in
wow.
Pakistan, but we also have supplied to McDonald UAE as well as McDonald Qatar.
Wow.
This is
that's,
brilliant.
That's
And-
wonderful.
And
as
we are
well.
the only farm in Pakistan to qualify to be
To do
the to do that. Yeah.
Wow,
Amazing.
that's wonderful as well, which is why you were here too as well. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for taking out time and, you know, giving us the opportunity to hatch an egg too as well. But for everybody out there, ladies and gentlemen, it's our responsibility to make sure that we bring you the right things, most authentic, and then obviously it depends on you. We are actually going to share all the details on our Facebook pages as well. But very quickly, Shiza, do you want to say something?
Yeah, just, I mean, reiterate upon the fact that this is something we need to infuse in our daily routine and daily diet as well.
Yep.
Because, of course, when we talk about a healthy lifestyle, that is the only way we're going to reduce the risk of probably developing arthritis or similar diseases as well in the near future as we grow old. So please be careful.
And imagine eating all the yolks, ladies and gentlemen. If an
Or putting it
omega-3
in your
egg is
hair.
safe, I think I'm going to continue to eat all the yolks as well, and gain as much omega-3 I can. But please make sure that you write to us on our Facebook page, which is with the name of
Well, this morning.
on Twitter,
Well, this morning without a G.
on Dailymotion and YouTube.
It's PTV World, and then you look for Well this morning.
Yes, and this fabulous repeat is going to be at
12:05.
Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, till the next time, look after yourselves. Make sure that the only eggs you're going to consume are going to be enriched with omega-3.
Omega-3,
1, 2, 3. Good morning.
Take care.